Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world. Kakas and dadas and kakas all over the world. The name of this channel is The African Times, and I'm Thomas. Yes, brothers and sisters, I am talking to each and every one of you all over the world. Okay. All right, everybody, welcome back. For those of you who are new, we talk about world issues facing people that look like you and me. Today we have some very important news. There's a war going on. There's a war taking place, and it's all around you. It's in your area right now. So we're here to announce to you the dangers that you face and what you can do to protect yourself and your loved ones from the dangers you face. I'm talking to all of you where this war exists. America, it's on your doorstep. France, the UK, Brazil, Africa, South America, Central America, Latin America as a whole, the Virgin Islands, anywhere where people who look like you and me, where we are, that war is taking place. And that war is against our minds. You can't see it. Many of you don't recognize it. Some of you do, but far too few of us recognize the war. Now, I told you in the beginning that I will tell you what you need to do, what we all need to do. You will not get this information from the regular news media. You will not get it there. They will never tell you the war that's taking place around you. And they will never tell you what you can do to stop it. But right now, there's a very important step that you must take now to stop it. You must understand the people who exist in the world, who stand up to help stop this war and to help protect you, need your help. Recently, I did a live broadcast. Many of you may have seen it with members of Nfac. Nfac is an organization founded by the supreme leader of that organization, Dr. John F. Johnson, otherwise known as Grandmaster J. He's an individual who, out of care and concern for his people, stood up against this war against our minds and took action to educate us, to make sure that we could see it, to make sure that we were aware of it, and then put together strategies to protect us from the dangers of this war. But right now, he is in need of our help. And this is the part where it takes courage. Courage to do the right thing. Courage to act. So I'm announcing to you now that there is a deadline, March 1st, for all of us to assist Dr. Johnson in his struggle to help us we can assist him by writing a letter requesting a compassionate release for him. And what that means is he is currently in a federal institution. But as many of you may know who have watched the live, and for those of you who don't know, he experienced a health issue, a critical health issue, a serious health issue that involved open heart surgery. That procedure is a very serious procedure and places him in a situation where he needs care, the kind of care that he would be unable to receive in that facility. The government has provided a program for people in the circumstance that Dr. Johnson, Grandmaster Jay, finds himself. And that program is called the Compassionate Release Program. We, as people, supporters of Grandmaster Jay, Dr. Johnson, are urging you to join us and support him as he has supported us by writing a letter requesting a compassionate release for Dr. Johnson so that he can get the kind of proper care that he deserves, the kind of proper care that may save his life and prolong his life. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, this war that's taking place is a war on our minds, on our consciousness. It's a war that redirects our minds and our consciousness in directions that have very little value when it comes to protecting us from the war around us. And as I mentioned to you, Dr. Johnson stood up for us, worked to protect people that look like you and me, along with the good brothers and sisters of Nfac. Many of you may not be aware that he did this. This is the war on your mind. This is the redirection of your attention and your focus on two other areas that have very little impact on what you need to do to protect yourself. A focus on entertainment, a focus on political theater, a focus on any and everything but on those things that are most important to you being able to protect yourself against those things that cause you harm. And Dr. Johnson stood up for us during those times, and now we have to stand up for him. So again, we, the supporters of Dr. Johnson, all over the world, and again, the European continent, the Asian continent, the African continent, the Middle East, North, Central, South America, Brazil. We, the supporters of Dr. Johnson, are asking you to join us and submit your letter requesting a compassionate release for Dr. Johnson. The deadline is March 1st. Submit your letter on or before, preferably before the deadline of March 1st. I thank you for your support. The information where to submit your request for compassionate release will follow. Okay? All right. So thanks, everyone. This is a very important time. Again, the war is against our minds to prevent us from acting, to prevent us from focusing on those things that are most important to our well being, our prosperity, the prosperity of you, your children, your children's children, the people that look like me and you all over the world. Again, I'm requesting your assistance, your help, and support for Dr. Johnson. Please see the information that follows on where and how to submit your request for his compassionate release. Uhuru. Uhuru. Uhuru.